To make it simpler, there's a couple of very good layer one technologies like Solana, Ethereum, and Avalanche that we believe are going to be the future of tokenization.
Ladies and gentlemen, buckle up because we are diving headfirst into crypto chaos at the end of 2025. The altcoin arena is about to explode, and this is going to leave a battlefield of winners, losers, and losses. But hold on to your seats because Avalanche, the beast that's quietly been forging its fangs in the shadows, is about to be unleashed onto those fields. Avalanche just isn't winning right now. It is humiliating entire sectors within crypto. So stick around as we unpack 2025 and what's to come for this up-and-coming chain, as we're always looking for great upside in new crypto technologies. Now, if you can, make sure to follow me on the arena. This is a SocialFi platform built and utilizing Avalanche as a native token within it, but also the Arena token. The Arena token is one of the main mechanisms of commerce that's happening here on the Arena. It's tokenized social media, very, very fun. Get into the chat. They are tipping people like crazy, and it's a massive, massive experimentation on taking control of our information online. If you want to get involved, got a link in the description. Now, why is Avalanche up today? We're soaring by double digits, all after Anthony Scaramucci's endorsement of AVAX One's ambitious $700 million accumulation plan. That's right, Avalanche treasuries might actually start becoming a pretty big thing. As the general economy has a slower outlook in terms of inflation returning, the job market looking bleak, these corporations are looking for technological advancements and chance for major upside. The catalyst for the recent Avalanche rally does appear to be linked to Scaramucci in this announcement. He's shown support for the blockchain protocol. The former White House official will lead a strategic advisory board on NASDAQ-listed Agroforce Growing Systems. This is all according to Crypto Potato. The company will rebrand as AVAX One and aims to accumulate over $700 million in AVAX tokens. Now, another barely mentioned metric that has exploded within Avalanche compared to other crypto projects is its growth in the RWA sector. If you go to RWA.xyz, you can go down and see RWA league table. This is where you can find the rankings of where the RWA development activity is actually happening, either good or bad. Now, if you notice here, we have Ethereum at the top. That's well known. ZK Sync Air right under it. Polygon, Aptos, Solana, Stellar. But then there's Avalanche coming in at number 7. Something very interesting has happened over the last 30 days, folks. We have grown in the Avalanche ecosystem of RWAs by 134%, way outpacing its competitors. The closest behind Avalanche in terms of upside over the last 30 days is Solana with 35%. Avalanche, more than 3x that. It's definitely got something special brewing in the background. And this is all after the news had come out. Avalanche is integrating with Toyota.
You're not just driving a car, it's not just a mode of transportation. Some people own for, value, and you can resell that. And sometimes there's a leasing involved. And the whole idea is, imagine you have a car tokenized on chain. And imagine you can use that as a collateral or some kind of way of integrating into DeFi and use it as an asset kind of a token.
Absolutely crazy concept. And Avalanche posted this just a few days ago. What if your car wasn't just a vehicle, but a literal asset that you can tokenize? Toyota Blockchain Labs explored this in 2019, but the tech held it back. Now with this Avalanche Layer 1, turning cars, whiskey, and even more into on-chain assets is becoming a reality. Pretty exciting concept for some of the things that crypto has been developed to fix here in our existing ecosystem. Slow-moving paper trails and arduous processes we have to go through to get any liquidity out of these assets. Putting them on chain can move this process along much, much faster. And seeing the advantages of what blockchain can do is Wyoming. It looks like Wyoming has rolled out Wyoming tests for instant payments. Now, this came out a few months ago, but I feel like people have kind of forgotten the level of deal that this actually is. This is testing instant payments with state-issued stablecoins on Avalanche. Absolutely crazy. Obviously, this is in test phase right now, but if you think about being involved in tests of that magnitude, I'm feeling good about Avalanche's long-term outlook, the long-term growth plan, which is saying a lot because it's hard to find an altcoin that can survive multiple bear markets. Now, in terms of price, things are looking great, folks. We absolutely are skyrocketing, outperforming the rest of the market that's a little bit sleepy outside of Aster and some decentralized exchange perpetual plays that are giving Hyperliquid a run for its money. But right here, Avalanche is showing great signs of strength here on the 4-hour, printed the green dot, and still looking juicy to the upside. The larger picture of Avalanche still has much to capture, though. It is now bouncing nicely off of the lower trend line here and moving back up to pretty important levels of price, volume, price action. And Avalanche hit a peak last cycle of $146. Now people are starting to eyeball $200 as a potential price target for this token. In general, looking at this chart, I'm not going to be too surprised if they're able to accomplish this. It's got higher lows on the macro, the big tests on altcoin markets. It's continued and really bounced nicely off of that trend line ever since then. It gets even better if you look at what Avalanche to Bitcoin looks like right now. Now, this is on the weekly time frame, but since the lows, Avalanche against Bitcoin has rallied by almost 100%. That's a chunk of change when you're rallying against Bitcoin that's $115,000 currently. Now, this is showing some very, very similar characteristics to the beginning of my last JEET session on Avalanche right here at the beginning of 2024, rather. So essentially what I see here is very similar to when I backed the truck up on Avalanche at these lows. I felt like we were at that turnaround point and ended up following this Bitcoin and Avalanche pairing chart all the way to right about here. $52 a token was a real thing for a very short amount of time, and then we were sent back into accumulation zone. But honestly, it's setting up to rally, and I do believe that we have the potential to hit this upper trend line here, which would be another, say, 130% from where it's already rallied from. In general, the overall target was to be able to hit about 200%, 300% gains against Bitcoin at a point from these lows. We're on our way there, but you know what? I think we have a few more months of bullish Federal Reserve rate cuts, a little bit more juice to come to the overall altcoin and crypto market, because right now things are looking pretty dull, even though Avalanche is setting up to go to the moon. The fear and greed is sitting at a 40. People are more fearful than they were a few weeks ago. A big pullback's got a lot of people shook up, and altcoin season really isn't registering hot into that true juicy alt season yet. This is just the beginning. That Avalanche to Bitcoin pairing is one of my most powerful tools to know when it's time to roll it back into Bitcoin. For really most altcoins, you can apply this same general metric and be winning over the long term. Avalanche, as I said earlier, is looking like it's set up for multiple markets to come, but we are in for absolute upside chaos at the end of this year, in my humble opinion, and I'm going to be watching that pairing chart very closely to find the right time to get out. Take care, everybody at the Discover Crypto family, Blockchain Basement, and make sure to pick up an Arculus cold storage wallet to become your own bank. Use code DC20. We got a link down in the description, and I will see you at the top.
We just wanted to take a quick second to shout out our sponsor, Arculus. They are a cold storage hardware wallet, helps you secure all of your digital assets for the future. Just tap this thing to the back of your phone and boom, you're in. We wouldn't be able to do this without them, but also wouldn't be able to do this without you guys, the Disco fam. You've supported us a lot over the years. If you want to support the channel now, just use the code DC20. It gets you 20% off this card. It's the #1 way you can support this channel going forward. Thank you for your support. We'll see you at the top.